All right. That's the music. It must be a new week. Looks like Monday outside. Todd, how's it going?
Looks like Monday outside.
Looks like Monday outside.
You know,
That's Northwest Indiana weather, buddy. One day it snowed a day last week, and now we went from winter. We regressed. We went back to winter. Now we're in a fall type situation. Later this week, it's going to be like spring, and by the end of the week, it's 80 degrees. I don't get it.
Same thing here in Pennsylvania, dude. Same thing. Yeah.
But it's time for your daily scrum. I'm professional scrum trainer Ryan Ripley. That is professional scrum trainer Todd Miller over there, over yonder.
I forgot. I got to put Grogu out.
Hey, Grogu.
He's just gonna work on painting today
with Bob Ross. Yeah. So what we're trying to do here is just help make your scrum practices a little bit better each and every day. Give you something to consider. And hopefully this topic helps you out. Today is one that we get in every single class. Yeah, I'm pretty confident saying that. We are behind schedule. Should we add more people? What do you think, Todd?
Yeah, I know this one's especially important to you because of the leadership class and being a steward there and talking about this. I've never been in a circumstance where you add more people and it actually enabled you to deliver.
Yeah, this is just it's not a short-term play that leads to success. If you're trying to figure out, like, over the next 6 to 12 months, we want to expand our team's capabilities and capacities, awesome. Great plan, right? This will help do that. And over time, you'll end up with, more capabilities, more capacity, hopefully better outcomes, right? We're outcome and impact driven, of course. But in the short term, we're behind and we only have a month left and we're going to add people. You've just killed your project or your product. You have guaranteed failure the second you do that. 9.9 times out of 10. Right?
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about a little bit the why behind this, because, let's say we're working on this. You and I have intimate knowledge about all the things we've tried to do. And we've worked our tails off. We have all the specific domain stuff going on, and they just add 2 new people that don't know anything about it.
Right.
What do we spend a vast majority of our time doing that first day with those 2 new people?
Onboarding, ramping up, building a rapport, working with them on here's where the tools are, here's how to get started. You're just spending your time all over the place trying to get those things ready and locked in. Todd, we just launched a new video series, Fixing Your Agile Metrics. And so Will Seeley, a fellow PST, joined us. And, we're adding a third person to the group. And we've got to get him accustomed to the tools. We probably spent the first hour just getting him into our tool set, getting him into the workflow, how this is going to work, how we do shows. And it just, it killed an hour where we could have recorded 3 or 4 episodes and got a lot done. It slowed us down. And then, we're building a rapport with him, talking with him, and, how do 3 people interact instead of 2? And
and I mean, you and I interact all the time, and we have this down. We teach classes, we do videos, we've done talks together, we work together so much, we have a good rapport. But isn't it interesting that we both love Will and have worked with him for a while, and same thing with Dan, but with the Kanban videos. But you add that third person, it's like we have to figure. It's almost like we never worked together before. It's weird.
Yeah, and so it's just one of those where you got to feel out the situation. You got to learn how to work together. And for a Scrum team, we're doing YouTube videos, and we hope the content's good, but it's not nearly as important as launching a major product. And so when you've got multiple Scrum teams and multiple people, and you're adding more people on top, the impact is just so much larger. If we've got a kind of, the Tuckman model, right? The forming, the storming, the norming, and performing. If we're trying to weave through that with just creating YouTube content with 1 extra person, what do you think happens to the Scrum team when you drop 3 new people on it and still expect that to save a date that's a few weeks out?
Yeah.
It's catastrophe each and every time. So no, if you're behind schedule, you need to start looking at scope. You need to start looking at the low value things that you really shouldn't be delivering anyways, and eliminating those from your sprint or product backlogs. Like, this is where we start condensing down on on what we're actually going to build and ensuring that only the truly valuable things are going to end up making it. This is not a people capacity problem. This is a ordering. This is a value. This is an outcome and impact problem. People will not solve this.
Yeah, and how did you get into a situation where there is this much urgency around being behind a schedule, right? Like, right. So were you not, all those things you said, Ryan, I adamantly agree with. I mean, we have to do those things, but shouldn't we be considering them all the time? We shouldn't get to a day where we're just like, hey, we're really behind schedule. We knew this was going to happen 6 months ago and just didn't say anything. So I think there's a lot at play here.
It's a great retrospective topic. I really think if a team is ever in a state where they're surprised about something, there's an anti-pattern or anti-patterns at play in their Scrum practice. We should never be shocked about things. We did a video recently that a product owner should never be shocked about what they see in a sprint review. I don't think stakeholders should ever be shocked in that situation. If we're running late and it's like last minute, we should never be shocked by that. And even what running late actually means, we should be constantly managing our scope, our deliverables, our value. And so that when we get in these situations just don't happen, right? If we're truly working transparently and we're inspecting frequently and we're adapting when necessary, this scenario should not happen.
It should not happen.
Right? So that's the retro.
Adding people is not a good short-term solution.
Could not agree more. So Todd, I think we've taken care of this one today. We hope that helps you in your Scrum practice. Be sure to check out the socials, smash that like and subscribe button. We've got a lot of show content coming out, your daily Scrum, fixing your Agile metrics, fixing your Kanban, Agile for Humans, all sorts of stuff, Craft Brewed Agile, all sorts of content. Make sure you know when the next one drops. Check out the videos below. We've provided some content that could be helpful. And you know what? Have a great day. Go forward, do good things, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.